Does it look okay?
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Okay, we're gonna call our meeting to order. I'm going to introduce, or have the board members present introduce themselves. I think all of you know me. In case you don't, and those of you watching this recorded, I am Heather Tchaikovsky. I am the newly elected president.
I'm Marianne Hain, the treasurer.
I'm Sarah Zingery, the secretary, and
Roy could not be here, and Brandon is still at work, and hopefully will be joining us soon. In an email that was sent out, there were a list of new board-appointed positions we're hoping to implement, and those present actually have a printed copy of those. If you're interested, we're hoping to have just an email from those interested by July 28th. That's coming out in the next couple of days. We could extend that a little bit, but some of those positions we really want to get working yet this summer before this season starts. This is our first time doing these positions, so some of those job positions may be tweaked, maybe grow, maybe added to as we go. So if there's any interest in those, please let us know. The more people we have involved, the more ideas we have, and the more work we get done. So, any interest or questions on those, please go ahead and email the West Shore Wolves account. Team Snap registration.
Let's see, Team Snap registration is live. We had 29 people, skaters, register during the early bird registration time period, which I thought was really good.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people took advantage of the $25 discount, and so then that early bird registration ended, so then our regular registration is live as of now and will continue to be until practices start.
And you're up next again. with the
I'll just keep
financial report.
going.
Keep going.
Okay, for our treasurer report, so our balance currently right now is $19,477.81. This includes mainly, we carried over about $10,000 from over the summer from the end of last season, and then most of that is early registration that has come in. There I still have about $1,200 to deposit that I've recently received in checks. One, Heather, is from your Facebook fundraiser. We did get that
finally
check.
came in.
Yep, and then a couple of whole sponsors for the golf outing comes in. And then also other things for me to note is I did set up a Venmo for West Shore Wolves, and that Venmo is working well, I think specifically for the golf outing too. And I have a Venmo QR code kit that I ordered, and I passed that on to Anne Marie, so she has that. Her and Shelly can use that however they need to for the golf outing, but at least that gives the QR code, so it's easily accessible. The other thing, I did file our 990N for the fiscal year last year, so we're all set there. That's been done, so that our 501c3 status continues. Okay.
So Brandon isn't here, but we were hoping if we had some of our head coaches here tonight, we could introduce them. Matt is not here. Matt will be doing the 6U, 8U with Marianne assisting, and multiple other people assisting that I do not have the list. Oh, Ian is assisting.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have the full list in front of me. 10U, Nick Tchaikovsky, with Marianne assisting. No. Oh, you're the next level. Okay. And then Nathan Gerbich and Zach. What's his name? Zach or
Chase.
Chase. His last name starts with a Z.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's our 10U roster. 12U is Tim Landino, and I forget who his assistants are. This is where Brandon needed to be here. But we will publish all this. We've already put out all the coach names, but I wanted to introduce them tonight if they were here. And then Roy Bishop has a huge slate of coaches with him. Eric Pomeroy, Mark Hamilton,
Jake Bielski.
Jake Bielski,
And Andy Higley.
Andy Higley. Yes. So he has a We have a good slate of coaches this year. There are, if you have registered, you notice we put in place a player-parent contract, which you could read over at registration. That will be signed at your first team meeting with parents present, so that everyone understands behavior and potential consequences, and expectations are set up front, so there are hopefully no issues. And if there are issues, we can solve them in a good manner that's very, how do I want to say that?
Consistent.
Consistent, thank you. Maha and Adre updates, we do not have an update right now. There was a death in that group and they canceled their last meeting, so hopefully we'll have some more updates on that. Tim does get some emails and we'll stay on top of that. And now we're on to secretary report. You should have to come over here and be on camera.
Nah, we're good. So my biggest thing that I wanna try to do this season is keep communication like up there, so that everyone has multiple venues to get information. You can all see everyone's schedules and attend games and plan. I did utilize the link tree. It's a QR code that's on the agenda. The agenda was emailed to everybody about half an hour ago, so you'll have it electronically. There are physical copies here too. You can either type in that full code directly into a browser or scan the QR code if you're capable of doing that with your phone on your phone. So that will link to everything that's listed here, including that last letter that Heather penned with the board appointed positions, our monthly newsletter, which so far we've done 2, and I think that's kind of working out really well to get all the information in one spot. I did create a remind group text, so you can join that. It's on the link tree. It's also right there. The electronic copy, you can click on the link, it will take you right there, sign up, and you'll get text messages, which is nice because a lot of people don't look at their email throughout the day. There's a Google Calendar now for the association, which I am trying to update as we get important dates on there, so you can add that to your phone also. If you have a Google app or a Google phone like an Android, it works easier to just add it. Otherwise, there's a separate link right there for iPhone users. We have the Facebook page that we're updating, I think, pretty consistently. The website is like a work in progress. Team Snap link is on that link tree as well as USA Hockey. And then I just created a Sign Up Genius for the family picnic today too, so we will create a Facebook event and put the Sign Up Genius on the Facebook page also. And we now have a YouTube channel, so when we live stream or do these meeting videos, we can put it all in one place. If anybody has anything else that you think would make your life easier to stay on top of everything, just let me know.
What is Linktree?
So if you scan that QR code right there, it takes you to a tree of links for all of the, like, whenever I put like hyperlinks in the newsletter, they're all in one place now. So we don't need multiple QR codes, you can just have it.
You don't have to scroll through your email 50 times to try and find the latest.
I would have done
email
this
from Western.
months ago, had I like known that I could do that, but today it literally just happened. Yeah.
Sarah has bumped up the technology.
I'm trying, but there's still so much that I don't know.
Sarah, do you anticipate on that Google Calendar that you, or somehow we will post games? So
Yep.
we'll say like,
Yes.
U10's here, U12's here,
Yes.
U13's here.
There is an option to do individual calendars that way, but my preference is to have it all on one association calendar.
Yep, so we can just make a quick
You can just look and
look
say,
and
yep,
see
what's
where
happening, what's
everybody's at.
overlapping.
Which
You
is
got
nice
it.
because on Team Snap you don't see the other.
Right.
calendars
Yeah,
and
you
other
only
teams.
see your own, yep.
Could
Great.
we include sticks and pucks?
Can we?
Schedule
Of
in
course,
also?
yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea,
Good idea.
even open skate,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
We're gonna work on making some edits to the webpage as soon as we all learn the webpage because it's in a very strange format that is not very user friendly. So right now we're relying heavily on Tim to do that for the near future. All right, we're gonna skip to fundraising, and Shelley Emery, you're up first with the golf tournament.
Okay. So, September 10th at Lincoln Hills. So far, we have 20 hole sponsors confirmed, 2 teams signed up, 2 individual golfers, and 15 auction items. We have approximately 40 businesses to contact yet, so our team is working through that. And we are looking into an online auction system for free. Fingers crossed.
Awesome.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So I have not attended any of those. So is it golf and then like lunch?
Yes.
Yes.
Lunch is included with the fee, so it's $100 per golfer.
Yep.
Unless they're a Lincoln Hills member, and it's 60.
Got it.
60 for members.
Okay.
So,
Great.
yep.
But feel free to donate the full amount if you are a member.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
You
So,
just gave me a look.
and the,
Who might be member.
you know, our golf scramble, you know, if you have people asking what it's for, what we're raising the money for, we wanna help cover the costs for clinics, tournament fees, just kind of build the fund.
Yeah. Well, and what I've really learned as I dig into our financials, we've got to understand as an association that what we pay per skater is really just covering our ice fees. And then everything else comes from these extra fundraisers that we do. So I think that's where encouragement for association involvement is really good, because when we think about tournament bags or any of the ancillary items that go along with the association, it's really coming from the fundraisers, not from our
And beer
ice
parties,
fees.
all that.
And beer parties, those types of things.
And
Yep.
on that note, the college does heavily subsidize this program. It's over $400 per skater that they subsidize through the discounts we receive on ice fees and different things that they do for us. So we actually brought the 14U team to the last college board meeting, last Monday already, and had them do a presentation of their banner, their championship banner, and got to talk to the board a little bit about hockey, and some of them hadn't been to the rink in a long time, so hopefully they'll step on out there and check it out, and we told them we would update them on when games were and things so that they could kind of see what we do. Yeah.
They can add it to their phones.
Exactly. Exactly. So speaking of sponsorship opportunities, one of our big goals this year is to try to make hockey accessible for everybody, and knowing that some people struggle to pay for it. So we still have the payment plans in place. We did the early registration. We're still doing the multiplayer discount. We also are going to open up the opportunity to do team sponsorships. So knowing that teams could potentially get their jersey fees covered, their districts, or tournament fees, or extra things that go on with the team. We are going to look at doing, instead of those individual signs, a banner with all of the kids on it, with their team sponsors on it, that would go with you and travel with each team to whatever rank you are. So you just hang it up, one thing, rolls up, not 40,000 big signs.
No stickies?
No stickies. Shelly knows, we carry those around in cars. And then we will put a banner at the rink with the team sponsor names on it. So we're hoping to do $1,000, $500 increments, hoping that some of the smaller businesses who want to get involved, well, I mean, you can do multiple things, but just know we'll list them, in size depending on the amount, and just want to make that accessible for businesses or smaller businesses to support the teams and friends and family and things like that, and make it easier for the kids. There's a couple of statistics that I was able to use at the board meeting. We have some of the poorest counties in the state of Michigan we serve with our 4-county area. Lake County was the second poorest county in the state. Wayne County is even behind Lake County. And that's Detroit. And then the highest rate of homelessness by the time you're in 5th grade for kids was Lake and Oceana. So we had the two, number 1 and number 2. So, knowing that, and knowing that hockey is not the most expensive sport out there, although many people perceive it to be, we want to do everything we can to make it more accessible, to put in, payment plans and opportunities, which leads us to the next one, which is Flip Give. This is something that,
I
go
had a
ahead.
couple more things on
Yeah.
golf, actually.
Oh, golf.
Sorry,
We're not done.
golf.
Sorry. We're not done
So
with golf.
if,
We got more on golf.
Anybody wants, we have QR codes that link to the registration form for golf. We can email these to you. You can take a couple.
Is that on Facebook?
Huh?
Is that on Facebook? Is that the one you
Yeah.
shared?
Bless you.
Yep.
Oh, we shared.
We do have a, I don't have it here, but we have a letter that you can give to people that maybe want to sponsor. And then a follow-up form Lisa just created that is like a checkbox. Hey, you can be the Stanley Cup sponsor if you sponsor a team and a whole You can be, what is it, Slapshot sponsor, so, anyway,
Yeah.
so it has where you mail a check, or where you can Venmo to, and kind of, the sponsorship form also has kind of where the money's going towards. So if anybody online needs those letters to give to anybody that you're gonna get any donations from, that would just let us know and we can get that out to you.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Is that on the link tree?
The Google form is, I will add the Venmo, and I can
Okay.
also add those letters too. Yeah.
Okay, good point.
Awesome.
Do we know what our
Alright.
break-even point is for the event? Yeah.
I don't know if that we do, I just don't know off the top of my head, but they did, I don't know the break even, they raised, I think 6,800 last year, and our goal is to raise 10, but I don't know the break even offhand, so we can get that looked up and look in the notes.
So ways to publicize outside of our association, I was just listening to, WMOM, and they have that, like, I don't know if anybody else listens to WMOM, maybe it's just me. 'cause everybody's
Mom's
on
fridge
affiliate.
magnet?
Yes, yeah, okay, you're already on mine.
It should have been on this week already.
I haven't heard it, but I'll keep listening
He said he
for
was
it.
gonna put it on this
Okay,
week. Yep,
okay,
he
good.
just responded like instantly,
Perfect.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I also wondered if we asked Erica to, I don't know if she would do like a, just a email blast to Lincoln Hills members.
It might be on
I
our,
think she took the
So she
sign
took
to
a couple
hang up.
flyers, but
Okay.
I don't, email's a good idea, I don't know.
We
she
should-
she emailed blasts all the members
Yep.
with upcoming things, so it'll probably be on Closer, but I would check with
We
you.
should get on their TV screen too,
Oh, yeah.
because the members will stand there and eat their hot dogs like at the turn and they watch that.
Watch that TV, and then I wondered, I don't know if it, if we could also ask Lakeside Links if they have an email blast, or is that, I don't know if there's a conflict there because of the.
We thought so too, but
courses.
Erica was actually gonna reach out to the other courses for
Oh, great.
donations.
She was,
But
yeah.
she wasn't gonna do it right away because she just did it for the one that just took place.
Gotcha,
So
okay.
she's gonna reach out and, so yeah,
Cool.
but we'll mention the email blast, that's
Yeah.
something we didn't cover, that's a good idea.
Yeah, anybody wants an email blast, they can throw the flyer on it.
I did create a contact list for the last, was it men's group? Men's league.
Mentally.
And we were gonna see if Tim maybe wanted to send that email out,
Oh,
because we
okay.
thought maybe
Yep.
it might be looked at if they saw his name attached versus just West Shore, blah, blah.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so back to Flip Give. So if anybody shops online for anything, Flip Give is kind of like, was it Rakuten, or used to be?
Cashback, it's a cashback.
Yeah, it's a cashback thing, but it goes, the great thing is it goes right into your level. Marion has set them up by level. Goes right into your level of team with your name attached to it. And we have kind of agreed that go out and raise whatever money you want, it'll come off of your bill.
Right, I will be able to individualize it. Flip Give it's a Canadian group, that was a group of hockey parents that started it. So it's specifically used to offset those extra costs, that other hockey parents know are
And so,
associated with.
and so it goes from them to a 501c3. So
Right.
you don't have to claim it on your taxes because you're just shopping and it's being donated back to a 501c3, where like Rakuten or whatever, if you earn the money, it's technically earned income. So if any of you are accountants, I don't know how all this works, but it goes right to the 501c3. So you don't have to worry about that. Anything else on fundraising that
On Flip Give too, if you have other nonprofits that your kids participate in, there's a referral program in there
Yeah.
too, where I think once the other group raises $20, you each get 50 towards your organization. And
yeah.
I think the more people who
Yeah.
use these programs, the more normal it becomes, and it'll just raise more money.
And I believe
for
Pure
everybody.
Hockey is on there.
Yep.
I made an
Chewy.
oops and didn't do my order through there.
Chewy is on there, so if you buy pet food supplies, things like
Discount dance if you have kids and another expensive activity.
And you can also give it to family members.
Yes, that's right, you can get that code.
So those links are all on the July newsletter, which that link is on the link tree right now, but I can also put the Flip Give team links on there later, but they are currently electronically available.
Yep.
Also, maybe just text your team manager and she can send it out. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Alright, so, and we're hoping to roll out more opportunities for fundraising. So again, to try and help keep those costs down, and people can individually do it, help to the extent that they are able or want to. In addition to that, Roy brought up the opportunity of kids volunteering. So we're working on a program where kids they volunteer with one of our set volunteer opportunities, would get a t-shirt, and on the back it'll say the Wolfpack Gives Back, and have our logo on it. So the 14U team is actually going to work at the Mason County Fairgrounds, parking cars. They do get a little donation for that, but they have to volunteer their time in order to do that. But we will publish other volunteer opportunities. This summer there was the Love Ludington weekend. That is going to continue that second weekend in June. So we'll have the opportunity to showcase West Shore Wolves there should we choose to do that next year. We were a little late getting on board this year and did not have the capacity to do a parade. So if people want to do a parade next year, we'll have the opportunity to talk about that in the future. And it was brought up last spring about doing a spring league. If that is something people are interested in, I've met with Tim and with Mike Moore at college. They are more than willing to allow us to do that. It would need to be run, it would need to be teams, people would need to sign up before we commit to anything. It won't be drop-in. They are also open to exploring the idea of summer, but again, it would not be able to be drop-in, and it would have to be coordinated with what's going on with the ice, that kind of thing. So there are opportunities, and if these are things people are interested in, we need to get a committee on it right away, like next month, to kind of iron out the details, figure out how we do that, how we go forward, whether it's 4 and 4 or what we're gonna do. So keep that in the back of your mind. Sign up for some of those positions because one of them is an event position. So, Feasby Clinic. That is August
It's the 14th through the 18th.
14th through the 18th.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What are the ages of that Feasby clinic? I know
Doesn't say on his website.
it doesn't, cause my oldest,
Charlie did it last summer.
right, cause Jeremiah did it
I
last
did it
summer
I
too.
think all ages can. I think you can even do it like if you're in high school. I think so.
Is there
I don't know that many people.
Cause I thought, I looked at it for George and he wouldn't be eligible
Is
to
he
do
too
it.
young
Too young.
still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aiden was
So I think
8
it was
when he did
8
it.
and up or
Okay.
something
8
like
and up.
that.
Okay.
Sounds about
alright.
going into
Yeah.
10U-ish.
Yeah, I just know, I mean, last year was Jeremiah's first experience with Feasby, and I thought it was a really good experience. It kind of got him ready for, and Feasby just runs really good clinics that fulfill those needs of edge work and, but still having fun,
So, and that's the other thing we're trying to do is get more clinic times in throughout the year. Bring
with
more
him.
people in, looking for a goalie coach to come in and do some things with all of the goalies, that kind of thing, to get some specialized training. So if you know of one or have an interest, please let us know.
That was
Definitely.
something Roy wanted to bring up, was if there was interest in doing like monthly clinics, if like Coach Feasby wanted to come up and work with all of the teams again, or goalie or anybody else, so if anybody has any specific ideas or input on that, the sooner we know, the sooner we can get it in place.
Awesome. So at this,
That would be something to, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
to interrupt.
Nope.
No, that would be
Still
something
there.
to, talk through with coaches too, to
Mhm.
make sure that they're, okay with that.
oh, and that's the other thing, Brandon, I don't think he put it on here. In August, he'll have a coaches meeting with everybody, get everybody ready, go through dates and scheduling and stuff like that, and when we're gonna schedule and how we're gonna schedule. It was asked that we look at trying to do some tournaments, where all age levels could be together, so that the kids could watch each other and cheer each other on, that kind of thing. Might not be all of them, because that might not be feasible, especially when the upper levels are playing so many more tournaments, but, to try to do maybe 1 or 2 that we could get everybody together out would be kinda cool. Open floor, questions, comments, concerns, things we forgot, things we need to do in the next month before we start.
So we can touch on the colleges putting the TV screen in.
Yes, we are getting a TV screen to use for announcements and locker room assignments and things, so we're not hanging pieces of paper anymore, so we're gonna look super professional. What is that thing called? Dashboard?
It's called Radiant.
Radiant.
So
So that's the software technology. Nick knows all about it, so if you,
They're gonna start with the existing TV to make sure that the Wi-Fi network and everything works. And then if it does, Tim said either we get a TV donated or have a much bigger one if that's what we feel we need, but he wants to see if it's actually feasible with the Wi-Fi and everything first.
and
So
it's,
then,
go ahead.
will
We-
Tim control that?
It's an app, we will have access as a board, right, to the app,
Oh,
Maybe.
fancy.
maybe, depending on how we do it.
It's, there's certain rules about who can have access and stuff because it is in a,
Oh, cause it's at the college.
yep. But we can sell advertising on there, so if local businesses wanna put, weekend specials and stuff like that, so there'll be opportunities for that too, and that's something we can sit down and go through.
That'd be good for tournament weekends too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be actively looking for tournament
Yep.
sponsors
It can
as well.
connect to weather, you can connect it to like traffic, there's a whole bunch of different apps that are built into it. You can even do, not exactly live feeds, but like instant replays, like the tournament we're at where they're doing the player of the game or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You can sit in the office and click with your phone and do that, so it's an instant.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that was cool.
Is that something that we can group in with the team sponsorship options? Like, this is also something that comes with it, like advertising through the TV, or is that gonna be separate, do you think?
No, we could definitely do that, and this is why we need our fundraising director here right away to help put all that together.
Who's it gonna be watching?
So, and that job, that one's probably one of the bigger jobs other than the event coordinator position. Because we do wanna continue the holiday skate, the, Halloween skate, those were pretty good fundraisers for us. And we'll have more details on Learn to Skate soon. There was a question of when we could start those. We wanna start, hopefully, maybe, a session before 6U, 8U starts, so that there are people who are on the fence about not knowing how to skate, they could start that in September and then transition right away into 6U, 8U. So, anything else on the floor? Questions, concerns?
Were we chatting about Live Barn before the meeting started?
We were, Tim was looking into that, I have not heard whether he got it or not,
I haven't either.
so we'll have to update with him, he's on vacation right now. Camping. So yes, they were looking into getting Live Barn. Yeah, which would be awesome, especially for people who have family far away. Anything else? Okay, so save the dates. Golf outing volunteer meeting, 8/7, 6:30 PM at Jamesport. Bisbee Clinic, oh, I could have just read the dates right there. Right in front of me. 8/14 to 8/18. The registration is on the information that was sent out. The family picnic we're going to try to do here at beautiful Copeyon Park on 8/25. We have the splash pad up and running, so bring kiddos to go play. It stays on all the time right now. We have to fix the button, but it's on. Golf scramble, September 10th at Lincoln Hills.
And the intent of that family picnic is truly just to have a picnic and converse and get to know
Meet
skaters, families at different levels, meet people, yeah.
Meet people before we
Perfect.
throw you on the ice together.
Yeah.
Meet your coach, meet your teammates, do a little team bonding, have fun. Because there's not a lot of times when we meet people from other levels in the association, because we also have practice times and things like that.
Perfect.
Questions, concerns? None?
What's the date of the first practice? Like, what's the first week?
It is the week after Labor Day, right?
The week after that, I think.
The week after that. I know Tim announced it, should be in my notes.
I believe that, yeah, you're right. So,
Labor Day's late this year, right?
so the week of the 11th will be U10, U12, U14, and then the week of October 2nd will be U6, U8.
And we have reserved the same time blocks we had with the rink last time, so I
Right.
know when Brandon talks with coaches, we'll determine if the level is staying the same time. I think they are.
Yeah, so
Just
Tuesday,
for
Thursday is
season.
U6, U8, and then U10, and Monday, Wednesday will be U12, U14.
And if there's a big problem with that, we'll work it out great. But the times are reserved with the rink, we have all of our times, so